everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me on yet another edition of our Bible studies. So guys, if you've been following my live series, you would notice that I've been delving into biblical stories of recent times. So today we're going to be looking at the story of Samson and Delilah. We're going to look at the story from the biblical perspective, just to give us a background into what we'll be doing here today. And we shall also be retelling the story in a millennial or TikTok style, if you have it that way. So I'm going to be reading from the book of Judges chapter 15. So I'll read the parts of the Bible that are important to this conversation. But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid. He said, I will go into my wife into the chamber, but her father would not suffer him to go in. Her father would not let Samson see his wife. Anyways, long and short of the story, Samson went to Gaza and he met a harlot called Delilah. So I've been hearing the story of Samson and Delilah ever since I was a child. And the main lessons we heard from the story: never tell your secrets to a stranger. Samson told Delilah his secrets, and she called the Philistines too. She told them his secrets, and that was how Samson got captured. So now, for me personally, when I started looking at these biblical stories, I started to tell myself there's a lot of lessons and inspiration to draw from these stories. So now, Delilah in herself is not all that bad. But when some people try to refer to some group of women, they refer to them as Jezebels or Delilahs. So what we can pick from this biblical aspect of this story is Samson fell in love with Delilah and he let down his guard, and Delilah took advantage of Samson's love for her. So now I'm going to tell this story from a modern day perspective. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this channel so you can always have updates whenever we're going to be going live to do our biblical series. So now I'm going to tell the story of Samson and Delilah in a modern way. So Samson is a young rising star in the world of sports. Known for his incredible strength and endurance, he is the talk of town. He is a competitive mixed martial artist, the kind who can take down his opponents with ease. However, there's more to Samson than meets the eye. He has a secret. Samson's strength comes from a vow he made a long time ago. Now, Samson has dreadlocks. He's always locking his dreads, but his strength comes from this dreadlock. Now, Samson's girlfriend is called Delilah. Delilah is a social media influencer. She is known for her charm, beauty, and massive following. Delilah has over 3 million followers on her Instagram. She has over 5 million followers on her Twitter. Delilah is a very fit woman. She looks after herself. Delilah is also very pretty. She also spends a lot to maintain this beauty. So because Delilah is a social media influencer, you can imagine that a lot of work goes into how Delilah looks. So we would not be surprised that Samson fell in love with Delilah. So now, let's look at the conflict. I'm not telling it the Bible style. I'm telling it how a millennial or a Gen Z would want to hear it. So we're doing a retelling, or we are reconstructing the biblical story of Samson and Delilah, so that people that are not really interested in the Bible can also have a chance to listen to it. So now, Samson became so unstoppable. So whenever there was a wrestling match or kickboxing, Samson used to beat all the opponents. So big companies were getting angry because they were losing bets. So sometimes the big companies approached Samson and they said to him, Samson, can you throw this match away so we can place a big bet and win millions? We promise we are going to reward you handsomely. But you know what? Samson does not throw his fight away. He was always winning. In fact, Samson went on for 3 years. He was the UFC champion for 3 years straight. Now, Samson traveled from Nigeria to the United States. Remember, Samson was living in the United Kingdom, but he visited his family in Nigeria. Then Samson went to the United States and he met Delilah there. Don't forget, Delilah is a social media influencer. Now, Delilah is so pretty and she turns head, and men could not just get their eyes off her. So when Samson and Delilah started to hang out, the organizations that wanted Samson to throw his fight away, they started to approach Delilah so she could find out Samson's secrets. Why is he so strong? Why has he not gone down for 3 years? He has been winning all the heavyweight wrestling champion. So Delilah started to also be curious. She wanted to know why Samson was that strong. Now, Delilah started hanging out with Samson. They did everything together. In fact, Samson helped Delilah with her social media influencing job. And Delilah also used her influence to help Samson gain more followers on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Now, Samson, because Delilah has been helping him get more followers, Samson thought she meant well for him. Samson did not know, and he fell for her trap. And he began to tell Delilah on one of those evenings, he told Delilah the secret to his strength is his dreadlocks. He has never cut his dreadlocks before. So Delilah was so happy, and she picked up her handset and she called the betting company, and she was like, I know Samson's secret now. You guys should please bring my cut for me. Delilah was paid and she gave up Samson's secret. Now, Samson went for a major match. This was going to be the biggest match of his career. So he had traveled from the United States back to the United Kingdom for this match. Now, this match was held at the O2 Arena. Temporary stage was set up and everybody was there to watch. So you can imagine, Samson has been the heavyweight champion for 3 years straight. He has a track record of winning. Samson never lost a fight. On this day in London, everybody gathered to watch Samson win again. And to our surprise, just 20 seconds, Samson's opponent raised Samson and hit him to the floor, and that was the end of the fight. Everybody was still surprised. Why is Samson feeling this way? Did you know that Delilah cut off Samson's hair and she put on artificial dreadlocks on Samson's hair? So Samson traveled from the United States to the United Kingdom without his own hair. Delilah only told him, I am going to help you lock your twist very well. Now, Samson failed woefully in his fight. And Delilah also felt bad as an influencer. Now, Samson did not stop there. Samson then took to social media to disgrace Delilah. Again, this embarrassing Delilah or disgracing her on social media cannot reverse what has happened to Samson already. Samson has already forehand. He has disgraced himself. He has embarrassed himself by going into that fight. Anyways, Samson's hair started growing back, but he did not want to go back to Delilah. And while his hair was growing, he began to think, what if my strength is not really from my hair? What if it is a mind thing? And Samson tried to retrace his steps, and he began to use the social media page to preach to other millennials and Gen Z. He said, people are not what they always seem to be. So if your girlfriend or your boyfriend is coming to you, acting all nice or acting too nice, you need to be smart. Even if they're not your girlfriend or your boyfriend, never let people use you. Now, Samson meant well for Delilah because he really liked Delilah. But what was Delilah after? Delilah was just after the money she was going to get from betraying Samson. Now, the story of Samson and Delilah, why I did a modern day retelling, what transpired between Samson and Delilah happens so much in our society today. So people tend to trust other people so easily without knowing what the other people's intentions are. So what I'm saying this afternoon is, I'm not saying you should be paranoid, but you need to be smart. You need to use your head. So when people are trying to, you know, maybe even get your secrets, you should know. Don't you have intuition? So Samson didn't have any intuition, but people lose their intuition when they start, when they become, when they stop training their minds to be intuitive. So if someone is coming at you with something, you need to be smart. The world is wicked today. So people are never what they appear to be on the face value. So take the story of Samson and Delilah. They were in love. They were going to all the big nightclubs in London. They were going to all the strip clubs. They were buying expensive wine. They were enjoying their lives. Did Samson know this day would ever come? No. And for women like Delilah, again, Delilah's story is not altogether bad. Again, if Delilah did not treat Samson the way she treated him, what if Samson treated Delilah bad first? You know, our world of today, a lot of men are fond of getting a woman, show her they're in love with her, and they let the woman down. Women do that too. They show a man they're in love with the man and they let them down. So what if Samson was the one that broke Delilah's heart first? So this is the only part that I support Delilah. Well done, Delilah, for not letting Samson use your head. But again, Delilah, what you did was too much, because what you did was detrimental to Samson. But again, that was a turning point in Samson's life. After Samson started thinking, maybe I can also train in other ways to get my physical strength. I don't have to rely on my dreadlocks. Now, this brings me back to why we are here today. In this life, no matter what happens to you, never stay down. Refuse to stay down. No matter what life throws at you, pick yourself up, dust yourself, and keep going. Let me tell you something. A stagnant water stinks. A stagnant water, no matter how clear it looks, it stinks. So you need to be on the move every time. See, life throws things at us. But you know what? If I give you a little sneak peek into my own life at what life has done to me, you would be surprised that I'm standing here speaking to you today. But this afternoon, I want to use the story of Samson and Delilah to talk to every young person out there. You need to be smart. Even in your love, in your relationship, even in your normal friendship, human beings are always, always working around the clock. Now we speak about the devil. Hope you know the devil will never appear to you himself. The devil is always going to use human beings to get you. So why are you not using your intuition enough? Let me tell you something again. I am a good judge of character. So if my instincts tell me this about this person, guys, I don't just pretend and say, oh, it's just my instincts. If my instincts say this person feels this way about you, that is how it is. You need to think about it. Don't tell yourself that it is just your imagination. The universe, so many things speaks to us. Most times, the universe guides us to where we should be going to, but we don't go there. I want to just tell you something today. Number one, don't force relationships. No matter how pretty that girl looks, no matter how handsome that boy looks, don't. I'm sure Samson was dying to have Delilah because of how pretty and probably how sexy Delilah looked. Again, guys, if you are going for ladies, you need to be smart. A lot of men think women are foolish or women are chicken brained. Women are not chicken brained. We are very, very, very clever and crafty. So now Delilah might be looking like just, oh, social media influencer, just a fine face, oh, just maybe just Botox, just, boobs job done. But no, Delilah was crafty. Delilah was paid millions from from Samson's downfall. So guys, you need to be smart out there today. Our world today is not a world that you should just take people for their face value. Again, if you're going into your relationships, your love relationships, you can't go into a relationship blindly. If someone does not mean well for you, you can't stay with them because they love you. You need to be smart, you need to be wise, and never let anyone use you. Look at the story of Samson and Delilah. Samson is a big boy. He has been spending a lot of money on Delilah. So he wasted his resources, and Delilah was his downfall at the end of the day. So you need to open your eyes. Rather than be with friends or people that will pull you down constantly, you need to go on your own. Like we said earlier, don't be a stagnant water. A stagnant body of water stinks. You need to keep going no matter what life does to you. I'll keep hammering on this motivation. that I hated the way I looked. Yes, I was a size 18 and I hated myself. I had self-esteem issues. I was at a point in my life, I hated the fact that my tummy was so big. But guys, today, after life dealt me a blow. In fact, let me tell you something. Last year, I lost my son. But again, I am standing here today because I won't let that take me down. I lost my son. That was not the only thing that happened to me. In fact, the battles I fought last year, I think a normal person would not fight that battle. Imagine you fighting 10, 20 battles in 1 year. As you're finishing this, you're like, oh, this is finished. And something else is hitting you from somewhere else. Guys, open your eyes, be smart. Don't be like Samson, be like Delilah. Again, be like Delilah, but stop selling out your friend's secrets. I just said be like Delilah, be smart like her. Don't let Samson use you first. Then don't be like Samson too. Don't be foolish. Don't let them cut your hair. Don't tell people your secrets. Keep your secrets safe. So guys, thank you so much for joining another live. I am getting better at this. I have not been going live prior to last week. So this is like my day 8 or day 9 of coming live because I am on a mission to keep coming live for the past 10 days. So for the next 30 days. So thank you so much for joining this live. And I will be back again with another series on the story of Joseph and his brothers. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this channel. And if you think I should stop retelling the Bible stories in this form, you can leave your opinion in the comments respectfully. If you think I can improve on it, leave your opinions respectfully in the comments. And if you think I should keep doing what I'm doing, thank you very much. Still, leave your comments, leave how you feel in the comments. And I promise you, I'm getting better at this. I'm working on myself. I'm working on the way I speak. I'm working on my mannerism. I can see a lot of hand movements. So I'm trying my best to give you the best. So again, thank you so much for coming to my humble YouTube channel. And thank you for listening to me. You are encouraging me to come out more. So I'm going to be coming back again by 1 p.m. to do another series on Joseph and his brother. I'm going to retell the story of Joseph and his brothers. I'm going to retell it. I'm going to reconstruct it just the way I told the story of Samson and Delilah. So thank you so much again for joining me. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you.